Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today, while we remain optimistic about the market in the long term, there is some short-term stuff we really need to talk about. And once again, every day you should have your SPY, QQQ, the futures, and also the VIX on your chart. Now, we obviously made a fresh new all-time high in the market for S&P, and it was a pretty darn good close actually. But this alone should not single-handedly decide for you that hey, we're looking very nice and the next day, the next few session is going to be performing very well. That is not the case because obviously Deepseek AI, when the news came out, futures market took a dive. But I wouldn't say this is completely out of the blue because what did you see over here? Like a very nice run up, but the next day we couldn't close as strong as we hoped, right? And that is on the decreasing volume as well. This is the kind of pattern that tells you, hey, we are running out of gas, right? This is good, right? Higher highs and higher lows, and went down to test 20 days moving average. We turned green and then close on the high. That is bullish. This is not. This is lower high with very bad volume, which means some people are coming into the market to defend this level, but they're not big enough. When they're not big enough, there's going to be weakness on the upside, and when there is, some sneaky people would just try to short this market, and surely it did happen because you see this candle over here for Friday close, much higher volume as compared to the previous session, and we did make lower low. So, at the very beginning of a downtrend, we always tend to do these things. Once we take out the low, and maybe for a little bit more, you will see some buyers coming back in to kind of just to play the bounce. It's not like a buy the dip kind of situation. If it was really in the buy the dip kind of situation, this candle would likely close around like 21,988 or maybe even turn green for the matter. So now this is telling you, right? Okay, we were good, we were exhausted, and then some people are trying to get out. And to make matters worse, obviously Deepseek AI coming out of China, not really perceived as a positive catalyst for the American market, both on the hardware, on the software, on large language models. Uh, it's pretty bad for the big tech as well. So we went down, we didn't even have a retest on 20 days moving average like what we normally would have in normal times. This is not one of those times, right? We took the level out, and how we close today will really matter because can this be a full-on downtrend for QQQ? I mean, it can, right? If we lose this level at 21,190, uh, that's gonna suck. That would be hopeless for the market unless I guess um, some more economic data will come pretty positively, or maybe Tesla, Microsoft, Google gonna beat, then this market can potentially retest on this 50 days moving average or maybe even the trend line over here and have a bounce. That would be really good. That would be healthy actually. But this sell, if this is the way we close today, not so much, right? We don't want to close like this. We, I guess, in a better scenario, we would like to close above 20 days moving average, right? You want to see that wick to really show you that there are people defending these levels. Maybe around this Fibonacci level, maybe down there on the 50 days moving average, but whichever it's going to be, we need to find some support. Okay, this is not the way we want to see this candle to close. And for the VIX, I guess it looked okay. I mean, you would be surprised to see after SPY making new all-time high, how is the VIX not crashing the way it should have? Like this. Well, something was happening underneath the hood, and somebody had to know this was coming, this was going to happen, right? Deepseek and all that, and even without it, we still might have had the kind of drawdown, a normal drawdown on Monday as well. If it's not as bad as it is right now, still like a 0.8% negative on Nasdaq would be pretty reasonable, in my opinion, after seeing the VIX, because down we found support, found support higher highs, and we just keep finding support. We didn't have the kind of close like this or that. So somebody knew something, and potentially, if things are really, really bad, we can take out 16 points on the VIX today. And wow, that would be nice because VIX came down, went back, came down. If we went back to test that height again, that is not great. That is really telling you, as we are still continuing to make all-time high in this market, there is some stuff happening underneath the hood that is still scaring people off, right? Still concerning. We don't know what that is. That can be competition from China, that can be geopolitical kind of issues, that can be anything. So VIX is your best friend at time of distress and also time of uncertainty. You always want to be looking at this. Nvidia, obviously, if we want to talk about this semi, very, very bad close. All right, it's just really bad. I think overnight trading at the time of this recording is now trading below $135. It's just really, really bad. On the weekly, it's okay. Higher highs and higher lows, pretty good volume. Um, yeah, I guess if we're trading down to this level, finding support would be a big deal. If not, yeah, not so great. ASML obviously releasing earning this week. A very good setup going into the earnings actually, because on the weekly we obviously made higher highs and higher lows, and the volume has been decreasing. Big money is not leaving the market just yet. On the daily, well, yeah, we just found support on 50 days moving average, but with a semi getting down to a pretty crazy level today after a big sell in the futures market, I think we can potentially take out this level. If we do, not a good sign. I think LRCX and the applied materials are one of the stronger ones in the semi right now because, yeah, you see the wick, right? LRCX definitely found some support near the end of the session on Friday, and yeah, 4 hours, we're still expanding. Very nice close over here, even though BX just turned red. Um, as long as we can turn back to the green in the next few sessions, I think this is still looking very nice. And the reason I placed such confidence in the name is because that's a very good close on the weekly, right? I mean, previously we went in, big buyers coming into this market to buy this name. The very next week, we went up even higher, found a little bit of resistance, but we were not able to push it down any lower. That is a very good sign. All right. And I'll just go over this again. In the last 6 months, LRCX and also Lam Research and ARM all had very similar setup. I wouldn't be surprised we're making all-time high this year, so keep an eye out for LRCX. Lam Research, sorry, Applied Materials, very much the same thing over here. Yeah, if you're just looking over to 4 hours, we obviously found support on this major moving average, and of course, very nice close on the weekly. I wouldn't be surprised that we open gap down today and instantly found support. All right. And even I think if you're moving over to smaller time frame, yeah, I mean 15 minutes is not that great, which is telling you that we are finding some weakness in the short term. Yeah, we also take out this low, but larger time frame still looking very, very, very good. I think as long as hourly we can defend this market bias over here, or maybe down to 200 hours moving average, finding support, this would be a very nice setup. Wanted to talk about Costco because obviously weekly, very nice close. It has the kind of wick that those semi didn't have. I mean, I know BX Trender is still looking a little wicky. We're still crossing down, but this is buying accumulating, in my opinion, just because we're trading above 20 weekly moving average for 4 weeks straight, right? We were not able to close below it, and this is higher lows and higher highs, right? And if you're going over to the daily, yeah, very nice close above major moving average. And if you are moving over to 4 hours down, we found some support still in the expansion mode. We're still within this green area on 4 hours, still green on the BX. I mean, obviously there is some short-term weakness in the market. If I do have to go long, well, consumer staple is gonna be your pick, right? Just like Walmart, we'll take it over to Walmart in a second. 2 hours, we are still obviously in the expansion mode as well. And we lost the market bias, but we instantly found support on 2 hour time frame. Yeah, even the short-term stuff on the 15-minute time frame, we found some short-term support, very close to being back in the green. Hourly, yeah, it's the same story. We found support right down here in this market bias, and previously we also found support on major moving average. So we are just really trying to defend hourly very hard here. So yeah, Costco looking very nice to me. And Walmart, yeah, I think it has the chance to make all-time high this week. Yeah, just look at weekly, right? Higher highs and higher lows, very good volume as well. We're very close to making all-time high. Even if we don't, I wouldn't be concerned, right? This is just like the kind of cup and handle kind of pattern. Higher highs and higher lows. Obviously found support down here. It was consolidating for a little bit, but last week it just found very nice support. Right after this close, everything was just fine from there. And we might see a little bit of choppiness before we make all-time high, but this week I do see this name getting some pretty nice attention. So McDonald's, so McDonald's is actually looking pretty nice, right? BX just turned green. We just had the cross on Friday, higher highs and higher lows after basing around this area for a week. On weekly, it is also looking pretty nice, higher highs and higher lows, and maybe not enough volume, but you have to also notice that previous week, when you see this kind of doji, right, you have to believe that yes, the bears took control over the session, but there were a lot of buyers here. That's why you see this huge volume, right, all the way from here to the close. It was huge buying. So even though this week we didn't have the kind of volume we had previously, this is good higher highs and higher lows, and we closed very nice too. And if you are going over to 4 hours right after consolidating, big players coming in and they didn't want to sell in, continue to have another group of people coming into this market, some selling but very, very weak, right? Just profit taking. There's no short seller at this level on McDonald's. All right. And yeah, even if you're moving over to 15 minutes, again, some big buying coming into this market, it is showing you that in the short time frame, this is being supported. All right. So yeah, I don't think semi looks any good at all. I wouldn't go long on Nvidia at this point. Right. Palo Alto, we probably want to cover this as well. Right. On 15 minute, we're still in the expansion mode. I mean, weekly, probably the volume is not as good. That's why I would, if we can retest on this 20 weekly moving average, that would be a very sweet buy zone. okay, just because based on the volume, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of cooling off in this market. But this is a very nice close, right? We obviously had a kind of weakness set up as NASDAQ futures up and exhausted, but pretty big gap up the next day. Big bulls come into this market and just series of profit taking. Once we get down to this Fibonacci level, we found support. Very nice. It was weak, but not anymore, right? Still with the market going the way it is right now, down 2.4% on Nasdaq future, I don't. I will be okay to see it get it down to 20 days moving average, and maybe retest, and maybe stay down here, basing a little bit, and then we go up from there, right? That's my playbook for Palo Alto. All right, folks. And once again, this is not any financial advice. You're trading on your own risk. I'm just providing you with what I'm seeing in the market. Please make sure you do whatever feels comfortable to you, and also always controlling your risk. So market looks a little weird at the moment in the short time frame, but this week I do see a lot of opportunities are still to be taken, and we will very closely monitor those trades. Of course, Palo Alto, the Semi, McDonald's, and Costco, Walmart, and Coinbase looking very sweet as well. I don't want to get into it too much, but if you're interested, comment down below. I will make another video includes Coinbase and other semi name as well. So that's a wrap, and I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, happy trading. Bye for now.